Once you get enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
The prints on the pedestal are Ackerman's. It's no surprise. It's his gallery. Of course, he's still a suspect. This verifies Ackerman stepped in the victim's blood.
Message received, 3:30 p.m.
Patrick, are you there? I know you're there. Pick up. Damn it, Patrick. This unprofessionalism has to cease. Get down here with that painting and statue ASAP. And if they're not done, you come deal with Rachel Maddox. She's climbing the walls, not to mention my ass. Take half an hour and put some finishing touches on and bring that blasted art. I need her final payment today to cover up she's going to damage us. Get down here. This week she's finding new guests of unpleasantness and we have to calm her down. Somehow. Patrick, you're not here within the hour. My next call will lead to my attorney to instruct him to sue you in the physical areas possible as. Understood?
Wow. Doesn't sound much like the host and ally we know. Sounds like Ackerman was on the edge. We've done all we can with that item. Wall spatter matches the Vic's blood. It's a start. Links her to the crime scene. Those two aren't quite a match. Try to be more sure before you ask me for confirmation. It's all about the details. So, Rachel and her fiance did kiss and make up tonight. Evidence of sperm shows Marsh scored a home run. But look at this. He's got a record with a history of violence. So let's get brass on this bad boy. Squirrel hair, commonly used to make paintbrushes. Maybe we should find our reclusive artist.
No, I'm sorry, not unless you have a warrant. Goodness, I don't know. Perhaps I stepped in it when I found it. I'm sure that must be it. I just don't remember that clearly. It's all a jumble. Why wouldn't it be? I'm a hands-on gallery owner. And as it happens, I showed that very piece earlier today to a prospective buyer. Wasn't anyone else's fingerprint on there?
No, just you, Mr. But that doesn't prove you took your own statue. Just that you touched that pedestal.
I wouldn't call it a threat. Patrick was well aware we had a client who was high-strung, and that if that artwork was late, there would be hell to pay. Well, why should I pay it? You know that any business suffers occasional cash flow problems, but really, mentioning I might sue him was my way of lighting a fire under Patrick. He is a fussy perfectionist, and I know he could finish up that painting and even the sculpture by deadline if he just got on with it. I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
I don't have anything for you right now. We've tracked every hotel and resort in Vegas. No small task. But we've got them registered at the Romanov, which is also where their wedding and reception are scheduled. Mark Stock's here to identify his fiance's body. He says he's eager to help. So let's give him a chance.
We know this is difficult, Mr. Stock. You have our condolences.
You don't have to pretend to feel anything. You didn't know Rachel. Who did this to her?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out, sir. Best we can tell, you were the last person to see her alive.
That's not true.
Then who was, Mr. Stock?
Her killer, of course. Look, I was only with Rachel another maybe 15 minutes after Ackerman went off to mail a package or something. I had a previous engagement.
And what was that?
My bachelor party at Orgasma.
You mean the strip joint?
Yeah. You think a bachelor party's going down at a library or maybe a church basement? A guy I used to play ball with recommended him to me. Some favor. As far as I'm concerned, Ackerman's a pretentious sleazeball. His word's as good as the paper it isn't written on, if you get me. And this crap with him and this clown Milton, I don't remember when I was ever so frustrated. Listen, I loved Rachel. I worshipped that woman, but she had a temper like a rabid monkey, and when Ackerman and Milton started jerking us around over that work, man, Rachel went off like a bomb. When that girl got mad, whoa, she'd get in your face and your eyeballs and teeth would melt. She wanted her natural beauty preserved forever, displayed at the reception so her family and friends and the whole damn world could see her towering majesty. She insisted that damn artist would show up, and the owner was off on his errand. He left the keys with us in case he wasn't back by 6 so we could lock up for him.
He gave you the keys to the gallery?
Yeah, Rachel and me were supposed to lock up at 6. Ackerman headed out with his package, we had our little fling in back, and then, well, I had a bachelor party to go to. I was a cocky kid, a college star who wound up in the minor leagues. I was too damn dumb to know I should just pay my dues like everybody else. I made a lot of enemies, throwing my weight and my temper around. And I paid the price for it. That incident got me blacklisted from the league and ended any hope of a major league career. And it was my own damn fault, okay? And since then, hey, man, you're looking at a pacifist.
But maybe you had a relapse, snapped under all this wedding pressure.
After that bust, I started seeing a court-appointed shrink, and I am Mr. Chill now. Nothing gets to me, not even Rachel's temper. I look back on how I used to be, and man, I was not cool. I was a world-class ass, Hey, that's not me anymore. I loved Rach, and her family was gonna set me up in a sporting goods shop that would have given me a whole new lease on life. You think I would have flushed that down to John like I did my baseball career over an argument about some damn artwork? No way, man. No way. I didn't kill her. I loved her. But there is one situation where I might lose it again. Might have, what'd you say? A relapse.
How's that?
When you catch this bastard, if I get my hands on him, no guarantees, man. No guarantees. Of course. We're on the same team, guys. Find who did this. Find him. Oh, you know, just had our fun with some cheap champagne. I was supposed to meet the guys downtown at 6 before we headed for Orgasma and the Bash, so it, hell, must have been, what, 5:15? And I had to put pedal to the metal to make it on time, even so. I can't tell you more than I know.
Once you've got enough evidence, I'll hit up a judge.
Yes. Why? Is that a problem?
Why did you leave this out of the report?
Oh, well, frankly, I forgot all about that.
There were no keys on her body.
Well, I took them, actually. They were my property, after all, and I didn't see how they could be important. Nothing sinister about it, just an oversight, my failing to mention it. Surely you can understand I'm a bit flustered after all of this. Yes, I'm sorry, of course.
Rachel's blood on the keys means they were near her when she was attacked. Could the killer have used them too?
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
Rachel's blood is on these keys. Ackerman must have taken them from the crime scene. But was it during or after the crime?
I usually use red sable, but I probably have a few squirrel brushes, yeah.
The victim's clothing revealed a paintbrush hair.
And you consider that unusual in an art gallery. You have any idea how many artists work in this town? Hundreds. And you'll find thousands of squirrel hair brushes. Good luck to you. Look, I'll cooperate. I know you have a job to do. But understand that I have a job to do myself. Take what you want. And then please, leave me to my work to myself. Art doesn't happen. It's a struggle, and I need my solitude. And it may seem callous, but I consider finishing my artwork a higher priority than finding whoever killed Rachel Maddox. Dig into her life, and you'll find as many people not sorry to see her dead as you will squirrel hair brushes. Suppose there's no way of avoiding this. Why I should want to protect that son of a bitch Ackerman, I'll never know. Call it misguided loyalty, but anyway, financial problems is an understatement. He owes me thousands, and over these past 6 months or so, he's come up with some, shall we say, unconventional ways of reimbursing me when cash wasn't handy. Well, he offered me his second car, a big screen television from his former rec room, any number of nice, but honestly second-hand items. I took a few of these offers just to help out, but Nathan's still into me for, well, let's just say the notion of him suing me is amusing. I know he often accepts cash payments from clients, for reasons you could probably guess, detectives that you are. If not, ask the IRS. Sometimes he's had enough cash in that safe of his to paper those gallery walls.
What safe are you talking about?
Oh, it's in his back office / stock room. Keeps documents, sales records, and so on in there, I believe.
Well, with cash in that safe, maybe you broke in to claim it was yours, and Rachel Maddox just happened to be there, after hours. The very person you wanted to avoid.
Ridiculous! That's slander!
So sue me.
I don't have anything else to say to you people.
There's more to be done with that item before we can process it. This paint is not common. It's probably a mix of multiple paints, which is why the database can't find a match. So we got common variety squirrel paintbrush fibers. The two samples are consistent with each other, but not enough for a positive identification. We've done all we can with that item. It's a nice pad. It's not what I expected, though. This girl spends thousands on artwork for the wedding, but she opts for the junior suite. People and their priorities. Brass can track down this number first. That artwork was definitely due the day of the murder. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. Close. Try using a similar tool. Wow, the European honeymoon of a lifetime. Not anymore. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there.
I've got nothing new to report on the Vic.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
I don't have anything else to say to you people.
That phone number was to a ticket theater broker. A clerk there remembers Rachel arguing with her about ticket prices. Okay. Looks like our Vic may have had access to the back office, and it's possible we may find our murder weapon back there. That's enough to get a search warrant.
A paper shredder. Look like he's got a fresh crop. The safe is locked. Since it's too small to hold a murder weapon, our search warrant doesn't let us unlock it. We'll need a different warrant to get in here. You know, these scissors look nice and sharp, but not heavy enough to cause that spatter pattern. Something tells me this isn't baby powder. Let's run a narcotics test on it. It's possible our blunt force bird didn't fly far from the coop after all. Let's see what Robbins has to say about this. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. A good idea to be thorough, but nothing's there. Methamphetamine powder, aka speed, crank, chalk, or rose by any other name. Meth interferes with the brain's neurotransmitters. It affects the brain and spinal cord. They used to use it for diet pills and nasal decongestants, but today it puts the rec in recreational drug. Why don't you try the DNA analyzer? Well, looks like the prospective bride and groom had their prelim honeymoon on this desk. So, the cooperative Mr. Ackerman is holding out again. He'd been hit by a nasty lawsuit by the victim. Maybe he pretended to mail his package, but instead waited for Martin back into service as client, stepping in the blood when he took his keys back.
At first I thought it might, but the eagle's bill is much larger than whatever caused the actual puncture wound. This is definitely not the murder weapon.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.
I don't have anything else to say to you people.
We have a hostile person who claims he wasn't there, but he has the Vic's blood on him. Let's talk.
I had her blood on my clothes plenty of times. Rachel had rhinoplasty a few years ago. Since then, she's had trouble with nosebleeds. She had one just before we went to the gallery. I noticed it. I changed my shirt before we left. All right. After our cool down in the back room, we got into another argument. She started all romantic and sweet, then surprised me with these theater tickets to the most expensive show in town, a Canadian chick who sings real high and all. But I told Rachel I couldn't blow off my buddies who've been planning this big bachelor party for me. She was so pissed. What do you want to see naked women for when you have me? I said, Rach, it's not a sex thing, it's a guy thing. I gotta spend my last night of freedom with them. That set her off again, but I wasn't having any. I just stormed out of there.
Stormed out? Oh, I thought you kept your cool these days.
I did keep my cool. That's how I kept it, by just walking away. What I hate is that it ended like that we parted on that nasty note.
Stormed out? Oh, I thought you kept your cool.
Sure, sort of. I was on the highway, busting ass getting to my pals waiting for me downtown, so I can't prove it, but they'll verify when I showed up. How did you know that?
We found evidence of your semen inside of her.
Oh, Rachel had a predictable habit. Whenever she got really mad, she wanted to work it off. The fact that Ackerman left us alone, it just made things happen faster. It was the one thing that made her temper bearable. The makeup sex.
Mr. Stock, for a guy who suffered a blow like this, frankly, you seem kind of, clinical about your late fiancé.
I'll do my grieving my own way, pal. But I'm sure you'll find out about this anyway. I was on the verge of calling it off. The whole shooting match. Relationship, wedding, whole deal. Great sex is not enough for all this stress. Rachel was turning into an out-of-control, unreasonable nutcase of self-involved vanity. But I still loved her. No, I don't do that crap. Neither did Rachel. She had a lot of vices, but not that junk. I can't tell you more than I know.
You're in luck. One of our Hawkeye detectives found your turkey in a dumpster by the gallery. It's got a broken beak and a few other surprises. Give it a close look.
Hey, Warwick, I could use an update on the art gallery homicide.
Sure. First, our new CSI is all over this thing. We've already got time of death and the murder weapon.
Not bad for your first night.
Yeah, well, let's not break our hand patting our back. We got miles to go before we sleep. Plenty of leads, but no firm suspects. Any ideas, Cap?
Sometimes the evidence we collect has more evidence on it. I suggest you give all your evidence another hard look. Murder weapon, especially. May find something key toward completing your trinity.
Okay, rookie. You heard the boss. Let's go back to square one with fresh eyes. Who's to say where this substance came from, since our murder weapon was found in that damn dumpster? Collected, though. You never know. Till you know. So, the perched predator had a feast for his last supper. Let's test the blood to see what type of mammal was on the menu.
Okay. Seeking evidence of the gallery owner's financial woes, which makes a good motive for murder. I know a judge I can call to open that safe. He's on his way to interrogation now.
I can't tell you more than I know.
The victim does have a blood clot in the nasal cavity and several patches of dried blood. Yes, I would say she recently had a bloody nose and no sign of trauma causing it. This is a match. This was the item used to bludgeon Rachel to death. The puncture wound is consistent with the hawk statue's beak. Plus, the fragment I recovered from the head wound matches the beak. I don't have anything for you right now.
I don't have anything else to say to you people.
I can't think of anything pertinent that I haven't already shared.